Hello and welcome back to Good Eats Happy Life cooking classes. Today we are going to make urban fries to go with our flank steak and lime chimichurri sandwiches. Now you don't have to make them as sandwiches. I'm making them as sandwiches tonight, but most importantly we're going to be making the urban fries today, and these fries are a family favorite. There's a local restaurant that makes them, and during the pandemic, we didn't go out to eat. We pretty much stayed home. So I wanted to figure out how to make these urban fries at home, and I got pretty darn close. So if you've ever had these urban fries at the restaurant, Jack's Urban Eats, these are very similar to their fries. They're not 100% because you do use your own blue cheese, that makes it a little bit different. So I haven't nailed down the blue cheese part, but these are good. So we're going to take about 1 russet potato per person. That's the serving that you're going to make. I washed with a scrubber brush, and now I'm just going to cut them. I also have a bowl of cold water that as I cut them, I'm going to put them into the cold water so they don't turn brown or weird. And then also I preheat my oven to 425. These fries we cook at 2 different temperatures, and that I have found makes it so you don't get a soggy fry, and they're just right. They're not burnt, they're not soggy, they're just right. And we baked them in the oven. We didn't fry. That puts us a little bit on the healthier side of things, right? So let's cut these potatoes real quick. There's 4 of us. So all I do, it's really simple. I don't want them too thin because then they'll burn. And I don't want them too thick because it will take too much time to cook them, right? So I just kind of get them about I'm going to say about 1/4 inch. I leave the skins on. I try to be consistent, but you can't be totally perfect. We're cooking at home here. This I'm going to go ahead and cut, and there we go. Okay, so these guys are a little thin, but I like them. So we'll just get these going. I think these would also make a fun, this is off the beaten path here, but I think they would also be good with a Greek version, maybe some paprika and some feta cheese and tzatziki. You could really have fun with these, right? How can you not have fun with French fries? All right, this guy's thick. Okay. Now, I didn't say these were skinny fries, so no one can get upset at me about your diet. They're definitely not skinny fries. And they do make a great hors d'oeuvre for if you were having people over for a football game to have out on a platter. You can serve them with dinner, like what I'm going to do. They are just really tasty. And they don't take much time. Cooking them at 2 different temperatures, you're cooking them basically for about 20 minutes on each temperature. And it just gives it enough, 40 minutes, that's a while, but it's not too bad. You flip them halfway through. All right. These are some long fries. I kind of like that. Sometimes your potatoes aren't, you get little potatoes but these are kind of long. I like it. And they're very strong potatoes. All right, our last buddy here. Our last buddy. Okay, that's not really funny, but came to my mind. For the longest time, I wouldn't make my own French fries because I definitely do not like soggy fries. I think they're really gross when they're soggy. So for the longest time, I was intimidated, and then I can't remember where I read that cooking them at 2 different temperatures makes such a difference. And man, they weren't kidding. All right, whoop. That one will be for the puppies. It is kind of funny. We have 2 Boston Terriers, and since I've started these cooking classes, they are always at my feet in the kitchen. Like, they'll hear certain sound cues, and they're like, ooh, it's time to go into the kitchen. Okay, so we've had them in this water now as I've been cutting them, and now I'm just going to take them out and dry them. I just really do it to get some of the starch off and to not let them go brown. So I'm going to take them out of this water. I'm going to dump my water, and I'm going to dry these guys. Okay. Now, I am making these for 4 people, so I need to, the amount of potatoes that I'm making is enough for 2 baking sheets, because you want to put them on 2 different sheets. Also, drying them like this makes the spices that we're going to put in, makes them stick a little bit better, so that's good. Okay, got them good and patted dry. Okay, we're going to toss them in a bowl. So bringing them into my bowl. This is why I like towels instead of paper towels. See how easy this is? So much easier than if I was using a paper towel. And then I can just wash this. Okay, so we're going to put in about a tablespoon of olive oil. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I find if I count to 6, it's about a tablespoon. You don't want a ton of olive oil. You just want enough to coat them. We're going to put in some salt, about half a teaspoon of black pepper, freshly ground if you can. Now, we're going to put in about 1 to 2 cloves of garlic. And this is the one that's going to maybe surprise some of you. It doesn't really kick it up too much, just enough. We're going to put about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Start small if you're not sure if you're going to like it or not. Or go for broke. I think these will be really good spicy. So that's a good lesson, and I'm glad it happened to me. Measuring over your bowl, not always the best thing to do. Now, I know my family likes spicy, so I'm going to leave however much cayenne pepper that is. And then we're just going to give it a toss. I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can see. Oh my goodness, that could have really been horrible. Well, cayenne's one of those spices that can, it does pack a punch. But these are intended to be spicy, so. And it's really nice, the blue cheese dressing that we put on it kind of gives it a little cool down too. Okay, so, a nice even toss here. And I'm going to bring over my baking sheets. Now, someone asked me recently, why do I use parchment paper all the time on my baking sheets? the oven is ready. The reason why I do that, I told her, was it helps with cleanup. I don't like my pans to get all yucky, and the paper really does help with cleanup. Or like in the case with the berry ricotta cake that we made, it makes it come out easier and not stick so much to the pan. So it's just a difference. You don't have to, use parchment paper, but I will tell you, it helps with the cleanup for sure. So we're just gonna put these on here as evenly as we can, and we're going to lay them out so that they're not on top of each other. Oh, I love those big fries. These are gonna be delicious. All right, come over here, spread these guys out. So we're gonna put these in the oven at our 425 degree oven for 20 minutes. And then we're going to take them out and flip them and put them in for another 20 minutes. So I'm gonna put them in. All right. Set my timer for 20 minutes. And we'll be back when we flip them. All right, so our fries are still in the oven at 425. It's been almost 20 minutes. We are going to let them come out, let the oven come to the 20 minutes, and then we're going to take them out. We're going to turn them over, and we're going to lower the temperature of the oven to 400 degrees. We're going to swap the trays. The ones that was on the top rack is going to go on the bottom to the top. And then we're going to bake them for another 20 minutes. All right. I'm going to set my bake to 400 so that I don't forget. This first rack was on the top, so I'm going to set that one to the left. Second one was on the bottom, so I know which to reverse. And I'm going to go ahead and bring these over so that you can see them as I turn. So they're not crispy or anything just yet. So we're just going to turn them over. Oh, they smell good though. I like this fish spatula a lot. People use it for fish. I like it for just about everything. Okay, we got these guys have been turned over. Now I'm going to turn these guys over. Make sure they're not on top of each other. That way they will get crispier. Oh, and the fun part's coming up next. After these cook now, we're gonna put them back in the oven for another 20 minutes. And then when we take them out and we top them with the hot chili oil, the blue cheese, and the blue cheese or gorgonzola, oh, so good. Okay, so this one goes on the bottom. And this one's gonna go on the top. I'm gonna cook them for another 20 minutes. And then we will be ready to pull them out. Now, all right, so it's been another 20 minutes. So we're gonna take our fries out of the oven. Oh, I cannot wait to eat these. Now Now we're gonna let those fries, those potatoes, cool for about 3 or 4 minutes before we put them together. All right, so let's put our fries on the platter and get ready to dress them. These look so good. Now, you can put these on individual plates if you want. You can put them on a platter like this so everyone just kind of digs in. It's up to you, of course. I don't like to stack them too much on top of each other because we are going to be putting some chili oil on, and we want just a little bit, you know, on all our fries. Oh, how do those look? I'm telling you, I think they look delicious. So what we're gonna do now is the fun part, is we're gonna dress them. I have some hot chili oil, some blue cheese dressing, and today I have blue cheese. Gorgonzola works really good with this because Gorgonzola is not as, it's a little more creamy than blue cheese. So either or, it's your choice. I like both. So I am literally just going to drizzle the hot oil on these fries. Not too much, you know, because we saw how much cayenne pepper I put on there. But enough to give it a nice sprinkling. Then we're gonna take our blue cheese and we're just gonna drizzle that over our fries. I like the Marie's blue cheese. Use whatever you like, obviously. That just happens to be one that I like. And then some blue cheese crumbles or Gorgonzola. Gorgonzola, like I said, is a little more creamy, and so it melts a little bit better, which I do like. And that right there, right here, my urban are so good. I love them. I hope you will try them. If you like a little spicy and a little cool and blue cheese, these are right up your alley. I know you'll love them. So give them a try and let me know.